Hello, everybody. I know I'm a little late to this, but I'm gonna be reacting to the new ET that Hitman revealed in the Game Awards. I couldn't make a video then; I was a little late. I just couldn't have the time. But during the first, half of December. But I can watch this now and sort of react to it. And so it's just pretty much what it looks like. So let's give it a watch.
47, you must end Slim Shady now. We have a situation in Dartmoor.
One that can have catastrophic consequences on a global scale. Careful. One touch can be deadly.
So that was basically the trailer. It's pretty short. There's a couple things I'm a little stuck on. Like, for example, why is it being shown as like a sniping mission right here?
7, you must end Slim Shady now.
So why is it like sort of being? Because we just had this elusive target just now, and it wasn't like you were able to. It wasn't like a sniping position, like in the sniper mission. So I don't know why they decided to do that. It wasn't that type of mission. It was more like a, traditional Hitman mission where you kill his alter ego. But it's a little weird. I don't know. I just thought it was weird how they framed it like this for this ET or in this trailer. So I don't know. Maybe they are teasing that we'll get something like this in the future where we will get like a opportunity, like sort of like a, those missions where like Hamelstein and Pen and Sword in Singapore, and maybe we'll get a mission like that in this for the Slim Shady. But I don't know. I doubt it. But I find it off-putting and just confusing how they leave it and frame it like this, where like they show
47,
him sniping like this. Like we never had this in the game right now. So I don't know. I just think that's weird.
Dartmoor.
One that can have catastrophic consequences.
And obviously it's gonna take place in Dartmoor, right? So
On a global
yeah.
scale.
One of the biggest things being revealed is that like this is talking about Patient Zero. For those who don't know, that was an old DLC that IO had released back in 2016, around that time, and Patient Zero is pretty much like a super extremely deadly virus, and so there was a DLC pretty much concluding that, and so I guess they're bringing it back, and then this new elusive target's gonna be having it. So I don't know. I guess it's a little confusing now. Like, is this going to be a premium pay DLC? Is this going to be something you just play once, like a regular elusive target? I'm not 100% sure. How did the virus come back? Because I'm pretty sure we destroyed it back in the Patient Zero DLC. So that's a little weird. So yeah.
Careful. One touch.
And once again, this is going to be in February. So when it releases in February, I'll be making that video for when it happens. Doing a silent assassin suit only. For those who don't know, this person is pretty much the person from like, she's basically, I'm pretty sure it is Jill Valentine from the Resident Evil movies. So if you guys are not fully sure who she's from, that's basically where she is from. Or well, that's what she's, I think, is most known for, or one of the most known roles she's done in the past. Anyways, so I don't know if they're gonna necessarily retcon Patient Zero for this, but yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird that they bring it back. It could work, but we're just gonna have to wait and see how the lore sort of explains how maybe there was like a backup virus. Who knows? And another thing too is that since she's got basically the touch of death, this guy's dying. She just touched him and he instantly is starting to die. I wonder how that's gonna play in the game. Like, what happens if you like try to punch her? Like, do you get sick? Is it anything like basically Patient Zero in Hokkaido with that one patient where the zombie guy, where like if you get too close, you get infected? So I wonder if it's gonna be anything like that, or if it's gonna have like the same copy paste code being put into here, so you can't really like go near her, otherwise even if she touches you, you'll basically die. I wonder if they're gonna go that route or anything like that. And so, I'm guessing that means in the game you're just gonna have to like shoot her from far away, or I don't know, like set up explosives, or I don't know. Um, this is the first, technically, I think, the first celebrity who's female elusive target. So it's pretty interesting to see. We'll see how it pans out. So this blog post released about a week ago. So I know I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little late, but better late than never. So let's see. Mila Jovovich is coming to Hitman World of Assassination in February 26, 2026. In this picture, I always find it weird how like they try to make these like almost like a stare down, like almost like a boxing match or something. I just find that pretty funny. But let's see. Intro. Okay. Copenhagen, Denmark. That's the state. IOI, the independent video game developer and publisher behind, among others, the internationally acclaimed Hitman franchise, announced today that the newest member to the roster of the celebrity elusive target, with Mila Jovovich being the latest addition. The Hollywood star took the stage at the Game Awards to introduce her new character, Lilith Devereux, the ambitious and mysterious prospective CEO Ether Corporation. The new elusive target mission will be available globally for free. Okay, so it's free. For all those platforms. Okay. I had no idea that it was gonna be the CEO of the Ether Corporation, so that's pretty interesting. Since Ether has always been generally like in the behind the scenes and sometimes moving things around in the lore of Hitman World of Assassination. So it looks like they're finally like being a elusive target. One thing I do kind of wish IO does more often is sort of explain who the client is, why they want them dead, and sort of that type of thing is what I would kind of wish for IO to do a little bit more often than they do most of the days with newer targets these days. Let's see. I'm very excited to join the world of assassination. I am stepping into an amazing character with Lilith. She is dangerous, she has ambition, and has a dark secret. I can't wait for Hitman fans to step into this new mission and uncover her story. So I'm a little stuck when I read this because she says it's a new mission. So I don't know if she's saying that just like, maybe she doesn't play video games and she doesn't know Hitman has been doing elusive targets, and they're not really missions, they're more escalations or anything like that. So I'm just kind of left wondering, not disrespect to her but or anything, just if she doesn't play video games, but I'm just kind of left wondering, like, does this sort of mean that she's gonna, or no, does this sort of mean that there's gonna be a mission that you can actually replay over and over again, and then pretty much have it like be like how it was before, like with Patient Zero, or have it be another Patient Zero 2 DLC? There's a lot left in the air with how they're wording things here, but I'm not fully sure with if it's gonna be escalation or just a simple ET, or maybe it's just gonna be how it's always been, or maybe it's gonna be a mission you could replay. I have no idea, but what I would like is for it to be a new mission, just bread and butter mission. No, none of this, like how I've always said, none of this escalation nonsense how we've always had for a long while with these other ETs. Yeah. So again, she says she's dangerous and has a dark secret. That dark secret could just be the Patient Zero virus, and then her saying she's dangerous. I mean, she's got the touch of death, so you gotta watch out for that. I really don't think that means like she has like martial arts or anything, and she can probably like. I don't think she'll have like the guard behavior where like she can fist fight you, or like she can pull out a gun and start hunting for you. I doubt that's gonna be in the game. I just don't see that happening, but that's just kind of like me speculating though. In this new mission, Agent 47 is tasked with the elimination of Lilith Devereux, the ambitious prospective CEO of Ether Corporation, a relative newcomer of the world of the high and mighty. Devereux's rapid ascent has followed the mysterious deaths of her predecessor, Niles de Waal, and chief scientist Silvio Caruso and Francesca de Santos. So for those who don't know, those were basically the ETs that we, or no, not ETs, the targets that we killed back in World of Tomorrow, which is the Sapienza map in Italy. I've always kind of been confused generally as to like whether these elusive targets are canon or not. So, like, where does this fit in the timeline? Where do these elusive targets fit in the timeline? Especially when they're mentioning these people who we killed before, or these hits that we've carried out before. So, I'm just wondering, like, if these are canon or these not canon, because I've always been under the impression that these are canon. You know, considering back in Chongqing where you're searching through the computer, the supercomputer, and then it just shows like a long, like almost like a slideshow of all the elusive targets we've killed. So where exactly do these take place in the story, like in the timeline canon? I have no idea. That's something kind of I wish IOI would sort of explain, but yeah. So let's see. Her meteoric rise has been generously supported by Gregory Carlisle. For this mission, Agent 47 will visit the Carlisle estate based in the Dartmoor location where tensions will reach a breaking point. So this has to be between around, you know, in Hitman 3 time, right? I mean, I would think, because it's taking place in Dartmoor, so it's got to take place around Hitman 3 time. But then again, around Hitman 3, around the time Hitman 3 takes place, you're trying to take down Providence and Arthur Edwards, so I just don't know where this would be taking place, so that's a little weird. Before taking off for Dartmoor, players can still play. This is basically blah blah blah, you know, explaining how you can still play the Slim Shady ET, but that's basically it. Um, that's basically the elusive target, and yeah, there's not much really else. It's just other than just to wait. Those are just kind of my thoughts and reaction and speculations for the elusive target and what's to come. But overall, that's a random reveal for the Game Awards. I wasn't expecting that at all. And again, another thing too, I should probably point out is that um, there, since this is slated for a next year's release, you know, I think some people have been wondering if like, is this the last year of Hitman? You know, is this the last year of the live service support for Hitman 2025? And you know, you can tell right off the bat just by looking at this, since we're getting something in February for next year. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna get more elusive celebrity elusive targets. What this basically means is just another year of Hitman content. Well, quote unquote content, because you know this is the closest to new content you'll get. But in other words, we're gonna get probably another year of Hitman, and especially also because the cooperative play hasn't really released yet. I mentioned that a few videos back ago, how it should be releasing within like about a year. If you know, if a lot of the leaks and rumors are to be true, and also just based off the interviews that the people in IO say. And so this basically isn't over. And so I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll make like a wish list video. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys would be interested in seeing that, but like a wish list video for things we need before Hitman 3 ends, like the life cycle ends. Obviously, we need a offline mode because this game playing always online that's ridiculous. I mean, this is a single player game. You shouldn't be able to do that. Always be connected to the internet for a single player game. But yeah, that's just one of the things I think we need before the lifespan of Hitman 3 ends. And then again, the next installment of Hitman is supposedly, like I said, it's supposed to be announced within next year. And so we'll see if that happens. I'm not really fully sure. I don't work for IO or anything like that. This is just from like interviews and leaks and rumors that they've made, that there have been circulating along in the internet, and so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, for February of next year, this must mean, by the way, we'll be getting a roadmap probably in January of next year, or we'll be getting a new roadmap basically sometime within early next year. We have to, because new list of target, new mission, quote unquote, new content is might as well to throw out. So that must mean a new roadmap, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. That's what I'm thinking. This is probably the last video for 2025. So thank you guys for watching. Some of the support has been pretty good. over the last few videos that I made, so I'm really thankful to have jump started these videos for the end of the year. And here's to 2026. I will be probably making more. So happy holidays and happy New Year, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.